Welcome everyone, my name is Kirsty from the Kirsty Way Yoga, and today we have a short session of just gentle movement. So this is perfect if you are a beginner, a complete beginner, if maybe you've been away from your yoga mat for an extended period of time, or if you're just feeling quite low on energy and you want to add some movement into your day but nothing too intense or extreme. So this will just be a short session of some gentle movement. So we're going to get started in a seated position, and if you find it difficult to stay upright through the spine, then just prop something underneath the sit bones, so a cushion or a block, or if you have a bolster, maybe you want to put a bolster underneath. And we'll just drop the shoulders away from the ears. You can give them a little roll first if you're finding it difficult to fully let them release. And just let the hands fall softly onto the knees. And the eyes to either close down or the gaze to soften down towards the ground. And consciously releasing and relaxing the muscles in the face, so especially between the eyebrows and the jaw. And just softening the tongue and the teeth. And then the shoulders. Letting the belly be soft. And taking a brief moment to check in with the heart space. So how is this area around the chest, around the heart feeling today? Is it soft and open? Maybe it's feeling a little bit tense and tight. Just observe and let the body know, let the heart know that you are listening and you are attending to its needs. And then begin to lengthen the breath. Not so much that it's uncomfortable, just so we're filling the whole of the belly and the ribs to the top of the chest on our inhale. And focusing on that slow, long release out through the nose on the exhale. And seeing if, as you begin to take these deeper breaths, the impact that this has on the rest of your experience. So maybe it helps to relax the muscles just a little bit more. Maybe it helps to slow the mind. And to bring this sense of inner calm and inner peace that's always within us. We just sometimes forget with the chaos of life. Okay, let's go ahead and take one more big deep breath all the way in through the nose and holding at the top of the breath, pulling it all the way to the crown of the head. And then part the lips and softly breathe out through the mouth. Bringing the chin towards the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. And bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. The chin comes to the chest. And right ear to right shoulder. Breath to movement. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Good. Sync in your movement with your breath now. go one more to each side. No rushing through this. Beautiful. Coming back to center, chin to chest. And then just softly raising the chin towards the ceiling, lengthening through the front of the throat and the neck. And release back down. Nice work. Okay, let's get some movement into our spine. So placing the left fingertips on the left side of the mat and taking a big reach over with the right. Plugging the right knee and the right hip down. Taking an inhale back to center and an exhale, reaching over with the left. Breath into center, ground down through the fingertips just for a moment. And breath out, reaching right. Into center. And out to the left. Into center. And out to the right. Into center. And out left. Breath into center, ground down through the fingertips. Create that connection with the ground below. Lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head. And then let's start to walk the fingertips forward, pressing the hips back and dropping the head in between the arms. So we're finding all 4 movements of the spine here. So our side bends are our lateral flexion. Here we have our flexion. And then walking the fingertips back. We'll place them just behind the back and open up through the shoulders, through the chest in our extension. And let that release. Nice work. Take a cross of, a switch of the cross of your legs. So we've got the little bit of a weird cross. And we'll get into some rotation of the spine now. So grounding through that tailbone, pressing the tailbone towards the ground. Taking an inhale to reach up through the fingertips. And an exhale, the left hand comes towards the right knee. Twisting towards the right. So we'll flow through these movements. Inhale to reach, to extend. And exhale, right palm to the left knee. Twist towards the left. Breath into center. Breath out to the right. Breath into center. And breath out to the left. One more time each side. Breath into center. And out to the right. Breath in to reach. And out to the left. Good. Breath into center. We'll come back into that flexion, so fingertips to the floor. And slide or walk the hands forward. Press the hips back. And breathe into the space in the lower back and the ribs. Beautiful. Walking those hands back in. Placing them just behind the back and finding that extension of the spine. So not curving too much through the lumbar or through the lower back. Trying to really find this extension through the mid-spine, the thoracic spine. And then the opening of the shoulders, the pressing of the shoulder blades together. The opening of the throat. And let's let that release. Nice work. Coming onto our hands and knees in our tabletop. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spreading the fingers out nice and wide as we take our inhale to lift the tailbone, lift the heart and lift the gaze. And our exhale to round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, spread the shoulder blades apart and gaze between the legs. Breath in to lift tailbone, shine the heart forward and lift the gaze. And breath out to round the spine.
pressing the earth away. Now finding your own rhythm here, your own breath. And as always with our cat-cows, we don't have to just stay between those two movements. We can have a little bit of a wriggle round in the body, maybe side to sides or forward and back. Really find your own expression here. And coming back to center, nice work, keeping the hips nice and high above the knees. We'll walk softly forward with the hands, releasing the heart down towards the ground in our puppy pose. And we can make this as intense as we'd like it. So if we want it a bit softer, we can diamond the arms so the elbows are pointing outwards, and just rest the head, the forehead down on the floor. If we want a little bit more of an intense stretch, then straighten out the arms, reach the fingertips forward, press the heart down, and place the chin onto the mat. Now this is our Anahatasana, or melting heart pose, or puppy pose. So just imagine that heart melting down towards the ground. And with every breath, maybe we find some more space. And with every breath, we find a little bit more of that sense of letting go. Finding our final breath here. And on our next inhale, coming forward. So we drop the hips and we're on the forearms, fingertips facing forward, pressing the tops of the feet against the mat, pressing out of the shoulders, and the elbows hug back towards the ribs. Taking our gaze over to the left, back to center, over to the right, back to center, and then peeling the chest back down, taking the hands nice and wide, elbows face up, and we can either have flat palms here or on the fingertips. I personally like to have the fingertips here. As we take an inhale, we peel the chest up so we can go into a small cobra or a tall cobra, depending on the space in our lower back. And as we exhale, we peel the chest back down. So nice and slow here. Breath in to shine the heart, peel the chest up. And breath out, we soften back down. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Pressing the hands back down by the sides of the chest. Coming all the way up into our tabletop. And then widening the knees out, touching the big toes together and sinking the sit bones down towards the heels, either reaching the arms forward or placing them just behind the back so they rest on the soles of the feet. And maybe we want to give the forehead a little massage here, so coming from side to side. Last breath. And on the exhale, coming all the way back up. Keeping the knees nice and wide here. Just gonna come into a very soft, flowing camel, which is one of my absolute favorite movements in yoga. So placing the left hand by the side of the body, and either staying with the sit bones on the heels, so we can just reach up with the right arm, or if we want to get a bit more extension, we can lift the hips, reach all the way up with the right arm, and then on our next inhale, we will sweep across the front, place the right hand down, and exhale to lift through the heart. The left arm sweeps up. Inhale, sweeping across the front. Exhale, placing left fingertips down, right arm reaches. And find your own expression here of this dancing camel. Let's go 2 more breaths. Finding the openness of the heart. Maybe releasing any physical or emotional tension in this area as we move through. And then coming back to center. And just placing the hands on the knees, bringing the knees closer together. Or if kneeling doesn't work for you, we can come to seated. And just taking a soft twist towards the right and towards the left. So super gentle twist here. One more time towards the right and towards the left. Coming back to center. Nice work. Taking a lie down onto our backs. Taking the knees in towards the chest and just giving yourself a rock from side to side, feeling that sensation on the spine. And taking the outsides of the shins or the feet as we take our happy baby, pulling the knees down towards the ground. And again, taking a rock from side to side. Coming back to center, releasing the feet, the legs, taking anything else that you need before coming into a very brief Shavasana. There may be a twist from side to side. And then extending the legs out or bending the knees and having the knees not towards each other. We'll take this final bit of connection with ourselves, our bodies, by placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, closing down the eyes. And as we breathe, feeling into these sacred spaces. Bring in a sense of gratitude for ourselves, for showing up to our practice today. For our bodies, even though maybe they don't work absolutely flawlessly or perfectly. But just acknowledging the wonder of our bodies and everything that they do for us every single day. And then bringing gratitude to anything that has lit you up this week or even today. Is there anything that has made you feel alive? And this might be a person, this might be a situation, It might be that you went on a 5-minute walk. And taking this final breath into this sense of gratitude. And exhale, release. Pulling the knees to the chest. Taking a gentle roll over to the left hand side. And then coming all the way up to seated. Feeling free to take a longer Shavasana if you would like it. Taking the hands together at the heart, thumbs towards the forehead, reminding us of the power of our thoughts and our mind. Thumbs to the throat to remind us the power of our words, our voice and our truth. And the thumbs to the heart space to acknowledge the power of the love that is inside of us and everywhere we look around us. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Namaste.